I'm a part-time seller on Poshmark. Here's what sold over the last week. The sweater sold in a 2-item bundle. It was sold with another sweater. It's vintage Liz Claiborne. It had a good fabric content, so I actually picked it up for myself. Then I never found myself wearing it, so I ended up listing it, and it sold within 21 days. I'm kind of splitting the profit evenly between this and the other item in the bundle, so this item made me $14.60. Here's the other item that sold in that bundle, this vintage American Eagle sweater. It is actual vintage, not a reimagined vintage piece, and it also made me $14.60. This sold in 4 days, by the way. These Judy Blues took a while to sell. One, I listed them in the summer, and two, they're a little bit of a smaller size, but still a pretty decent pickup. They sold for $28. They sat for 140 days, and I had $6 into them. It made me $16.40. You guys, I have had this long sleeve forever, and it finally sold for honestly a decent asking price. I accepted an offer of $15. I had $3 into it, so it made me $9, and here's how many days it was listed for. Here's another learning from my mistakes. I don't know why I picked this dress up. I don't know why I picked it up. It eventually sold for $20, I believe. I accepted an offer on it. I had $8 into it, and it made me $5.98. On the flip side, here's a pretty decent Madewell sale. It sold for $35. This was an item that I put on sale in my Poshmark closet over the weekend. I had $7 into it, and it made me $21. I did list this item in the summer, so I didn't really expect it to sell very quickly, but it has finally sold for fall season. I've sourced like 10 things total from the Goodwill bins just because I do not have one near me, but this sold for $15. I had $1 into it, so it made me a profit of $8.02. These are from my own personal closet. I just list things instead of donating them because I could at least maybe get $1 or $2. This ended up making me $4.07, and they were listed for 80 days. I found that Johnny Was doesn't necessarily sell the fastest, but it does sell for some good money. This shirt took 32 days to sell. It sold for $65. I had $6 into it, so it made me a profit of $43.98. Another item I am very happy to see go. I do not recommend picking up mini skirts from Free People, but this did finally sell after like 399 days for $15. I had $6 into it. It made me a profit of $3.02. Here is maybe a Bolo brand. I don't know anything about gloves or really honestly accessories by any means, but I saw these in the thrift store. I looked up the brand and it had decent comps and they were genuine leather, so I decided to pick them up, and they have a high retail value and a pretty decent resale value as well. I paid $4 for these. They sold for $65 in 56 days. It made me $45.98. The last item that sold, I accepted an offer on this Lululemon Swiftly shirt. It sold for $35. I had it listed for just 6 days. I had $6 into it, so it made me a profit of $22. Overall, this was an above average week for me. I made kind of around what I typically do during a 1 week span, but I sold 12 items, which I usually sell anywhere between 8 and 10. So I am very happy with moving a lot of items and honestly moving a lot of stale inventory and also making some quick sales too. I made a total profit of $208.65. Again, I sold 12 items and my average profit per item is $17.39.